Hello and welcome to another beautiful sunny day here in Nova Scotia. It's been a bit on the breezy side today, so I've been trying to hold off filming this particular segment that I wanted to do, but summer's well and truly here and I'm a bit behind in my planting. As I said, summer's well and truly here and it's about time I planted my squash. Now I'm running out of room and like I said, I'm a bit behind time, so they're a bit on the small side, but they're my very own seeds, so I'm happy with that. So I thought I'd plant them. I thought I'd carry out a bit of an experiment. So I could see you eyeing up this rather Heath Robinson contraption, which you're probably thinking is some sort of medieval torture chamber type rig, but no, it's a bit of a contraption I've rigged up to grow my squash up. So these are early butternut squash, and I like butternut squash. I like doing all sorts of different things from soups, just stews. I even put them in my Cornish pasties. Sorry Cornishmen, but it's a Jamie Oliver recipe. But anyway, so what I thought I'd do is, not having much room everywhere else, I thought I'd do a bit of an experiment. So I'm going to plant a couple up in this box and then try to grow them vertically up this rig. So I've put some, excuse me, so I've obviously made this up, made it secure with these uprights, and I've put some wires across here, so hopefully as it grows up, the vines grow up, I can tie them in. Now these are butternut squash, which could get quite big, so I'm probably going to have to put some sort of netting underneath them, hopefully, if everything goes really well. But hey, life's for experimenting with, isn't it? So that's what I thought I'd do. So one of the things you need, squash love really good rich compost, really good feed, lots of water. They like to be moist all the time, and they're really heavy feeders. So what I've done is I have, excuse me, I've got some really good seaweed horse manure compost mix here, and that's going to be my base. The first three quarters of my in there is going to be this. You can see it's really thick, and it's actually not completely composted, so it's really rich in nutrients. So this top half is going to be a loam, potting compost and leaf mould mix, just to get the little plants going, and then once they get their roots down, they'll be well into this rich stuff, and hopefully they'll be romping up this torture rack and setting some nice fruit. So I'll get going. So like I said, this bottom half is going to be this really good mix, and as you can see, the bottom half of I drilled some holes in the bottom of this box. This is just some scrap wood that I had, and it's nice and deep, so that should hold the moisture as well. Let's get this in there. This is really good stuff. I'm loving this. Look, it's got seaweed, horse manure, broken down compost. That's really going to be rocket fuel to the squash, that is, hopefully. Get this in there. Right, so I'm going to mix a bit more of this compost mix in with the loam as well, actually. See, this is a good thing about the garden. You can experiment. I mean, that's the whole point of gardening, I think. You've got obviously there's tried and trusted ways, and this is probably a tried and trusted way, but I haven't done it before. So yeah, I'm excited to see how the fruit comes out. Right, let's plant these up. So I'm just going to put 2 in here because, like I said, these are heavy feeders, and they're going to want to take as much as they can. So let's just put 2 in there. I don't want to be greedy, and I can find some. And then the experiment will be I'll find somewhere else along the in my patch here, and see how that turns out. Oh, no, that's gone. So 1. Try and keep as much of the root ball as possible. That one, I think. Right, okay, so let's have 1 here. And 1 here. Alright, let's just put 1 here, and then I'll let that drape over the top and see how that turns out. So I'll have to make sure I keep feeding these, and I've got a good seaweed mix feed that I'll keep topping up the earwig. Topping up their feed as the summer goes on, making sure that they're well watered all the time. So on that point, so I'm really feeling summer's here now. The squash is in. I planted my beans earlier in the week. Summer's here, and jobs are definitely a good one.